This matter was raised when the auditor was in Nakuru 1 year ago. This matter was raised in the management letter. This matter was raised when the report was tabled in the Senate at the end of the last year. This matter was considered when you sent your written responses. Here we are looking for action. It cannot be that we need to provide more time. If the gentleman says the documents are not provided, what stops this matter from being an EACC investigation? EACC, I think you need to take this up because it's a simple thing. 22.6 million paid, but the relevant documentation asked by the Auditor General was not provided. If they're provided now, they'll end up being forgeries.
Chair, I had requested that the legal counsel goes through that provision of the Public Audit Act because we're also in a learning cycle, and so the officers will also learn.
Okay, that's section 62 or
62.
62 of the Public Audit Act?
Yes. A person shall not B, without justification, fail to provide the information required under this Act. C, without justification, fail to provide information within reasonable time that is required under this Act. D, submit false or misleading information. E, misrepresent or knowingly mislead a member of staff of the Office of the Auditor General or professional acting
she can respond to what you've said.
And maybe, Governor, maybe I don't know whether I'm going ahead of my time. There was a small disturbance between Narok and your county. You can also assure the committee that on the issue of a few clashes that we saw for the last few days, are you collaborating with the national security so that we don't see the escalation of those clashes that we saw in area? I know the chair of national security is whispering something. I know she's your close friend, but you can just asperse it. Because through the chair of national security and the chair of public accounts, there can be no development without peace. There will at least be peace. So finally, Governor, we wish you well. As a former senator, if you succeed, some of us will have a chances of being elected governors in future, before the second coming of Jesus Christ. Chair, we wish you well, travel safe, and I thank you, and I yield.
Okay, Senator Dulo, we are on closing remarks, if any. If not, then fine. So, Governor, your remarks in closing. Even though before you make your remarks, I see a slight disconnect between your technical team and the Office of the Auditor General. So maybe, OAG, what is it that you expect the county to do? Because some of the conversations we're having here could be avoided if there was better synergy.
Thank you, Chair. I think we had a discussion with the team even late yesterday evening, and we agreed that once we get a certificate, the issues are raised, they just walk into our office. We have a discussion so that we explain precisely what did we mean by this, because sometimes the auditor raises something, they say we provided. So we'll tell them exactly what we provide, and I think going forward we are going to collaborate. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, so your officers need to do the right thing so that when you come here, Governor, you're not talking about some public toilet that was supposed to be built in a market. There are so many emerging policy issues that I think you'd feel better utilized, even us would feel better utilized to have those conversations with you. E-procurement, UHC workers. I mean, there are so many things that we've not been able to discuss because you are trying to trace 330 million between the cash book and financial statements. So your officers must do the right thing, must talk to the Office of the Auditor General to ensure we have a different conversation. But be on record with your closing remarks.
Well, thank you, Chair, and thank you, members. It's been a great morning into afternoon talking about those issues, and I think it's a learning curve for everybody, be it the staff from the Nakuru executive, and also, as you have pointed out, perhaps better collaboration with the Office of the Auditor General, but we'll do that together going forward. Yes, there are definitely some issues that are historic, which keep reoccurring, and perhaps sometimes as a county, we are not able to provide documentation because it was many decades before our time. However, that's no excuse. The office, we occupy office, we take responsibility. So whatever it is that we need to do, we shall do on our end. And very gently answering that question of Senator Gerard K, land grabbing really is a big problem in the county of Nakuru. I'm sure I'm in many other areas, but most, I don't know why Nakuru. And sometimes it's really a headache because you want to do development, you want to do it quickly, but you are held back because of the nature of things due to this land grabbing. Sometimes I get a bit frustrated by my fellow Kenyans because I believe that if it's public land, even we ourselves as Kenyans should not be letting people occupy that which could help us when we put up hospitals, when we put up markets, when we put up ECDs and that sort of stuff. I mean, the same thing you see, you put up some street lights and you see people climbing up there and removing those bulbs. What are the rest of the Kenyans doing when you see somebody take out a transformer that helps your area with electricity? Why do we allow that? So I also sometimes feel a bit frustrated because I feel as a people we also should be a bit more on the lookout for these things. But as a governor, what I have done in terms of land grabbing, I've been quite bold. In fact, I've had a lot of issues because what I have done is decided that whatever you have grabbed and belongs to the county goes back to the county. And in repossessing it, then comes the court cases, which then we have to fight. And in doing so, by the way, we've gotten quite a few parcels of land reverted back to the county government, either through the courts and generally, by the way, in conjunction. We do this in conjunction with the ESCC. So for that, I'm also grateful, and DCI and other national government bodies. We have had some very unfortunate events in the last beginning Friday and Saturday, where we saw some clashes between the Nakuru and Narok borders, where we call Mwisho wa Lami, or in Mount Narok. And we have worked very closely through some of those nights with the national security team and the county security team. We have been able to restore order, and part of that included even having curfews so that this does not continue to happen. So as of right now, we have restored order, but it's still volatile quite a bit. And back to why you hear us saying, which has also been reported by Senator Cherarkei, we guard peace seriously, because we can have no development if we don't have peace, and it's not even worth it not having peace. So thank you, Chair, thank you, your committee, thank you, Secretariat and everything, and my team from Nakuru County Government, and we shall continue to make sure that we do better. Even by the next time we see you around, we'll do much more better, because we want to make sure that county or public money is used properly, and that we are a transparent county government. Thank you very much, and have a good afternoon.
Well, in closing, I will reiterate what I've said before, that if your technical teams could do the right thing, we would not have, this is like a ream of paper in the form of a financial statement and audit report.